if you're in a situation where you feel like you have nobody, you feel like you need friends, or you've lost all your friends, like everybody's cutting you off, and it's just a weird phase where ain't nobody dealing with you, and it's just like, what did I do? I've always been a good person. I've always tried my best to be a good friend. I always show up the best I can. And in return, I don't get those things. Everyone's backstabbing me. I'm not really in favorable positions when it comes to friendships. I'm opening myself up to be vulnerable. And in return, all I'm receiving is hurt. I get it. I understand. I'll always start off by saying, do not allow this situation to make you hard. It's easier said than done, but always pray that God protects your heart and help you keep your kindness. So, but let's get into it. The first thing you're going to have to do is reflect. I'm not looking for you to find some way to blame yourself, but I am asking you to make sure that you're analyzing this situation from every angle. Not every angle, because it's just like, don't overanalyze, but that you are thinking about this situation to the best of your ability, and you say, well, why did this happen? Why did I fall out? Was there something in common with what I fell out with, who I fell out with, or all the people? Is there this common ground? Did the group just get up and turn their back on me, or was this all individual, different relationships? And just take this time to hold yourself accountable if you have done something wrong. And if you did do something wrong, did you apologize about it? That's the first step. If you already, you've apologized or tried to reach out, or you tried to apologize for whatever it is or that it may be, then we move on to the next step. And then also, some stuff if you're a people pleaser, this is a piece of advice I would tell you to take lightly. For one, I need you to work on that. But two, this is not for you to be apologizing for things that you shouldn't apologize for. Once you ask yourself why, and you see where you went wrong, you've taken accountability for that, you've reached out to the friend, you've apologized, whatever, And if you didn't do anything wrong, you finna have to take it to the chin. I think this video is more for you. But I want to tell you, first things first, you didn't lose a friend. Because a friend who couldn't fight for the relationship isn't a friend that's worth it, okay? Isn't someone who belongs in your life. They willingly left. Let them go. To love is to be able to leave, okay? Sometimes you gotta be able to detach and let things go, because that's what's necessary in order for you to love yourself and eventually love others. When you open yourself up for love, you open yourself up for an equal amount of hurt. So the fact that you are hurt, the fact that you even on this video and decided to go look it up, is obviously on your mind, okay? And that's okay. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be vulnerable. And one thing you can count on is for men and human to let you down. I've let someone down before. As a friend, I've tried my best to always be a great friend, but I'm pretty sure there's some times that I fell through the cracks and I was not a good friend. And I'm not going to say that's okay, but I will say it happens. So what should I do? You got to accept it. I know I say this all the time, but you have to accept it. Like, you are entering a season of being alone, and you may not understand it right now, but it will make sense later. One thing about when things leave you, it makes way for newer things to come, better things to come, wiser decisions, lessons. It gives you time for solitude. It gives you time for a lot of things. And I just want you to know to stay encouraged, and don't allow what someone else has done to you. Don't allow how someone else feels about you. If they want you to be the villain in their story, let them. You cannot care about what they are going around saying, but they're telling everybody. It ain't gonna matter in the long run. I can promise you it's not. And if it is a defamation of character type of situation, then, of course, take the necessary steps, whether that's a lawsuit or telling your side of the story or going to someone that's trusted and whatever. Let them talk. Your character, I would say, focus on being the best version of you. Focus on being who you are called to be, because in these times, your character will be a testament to the story. Like, now I just don't see her doing nothing like that. She don't even act like that. And if somebody is quick to believe it, they just mean they're not meant to be around you either. It's 18 billion people in the world. 8, 9, I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot of people in this mob. And I wouldn't dare worry about what 100 other people feel about me. Do you know how small of a percentage that is? Do you know your life does not end in your environment? It does not end or begin in your environment unless you make it that way. So don't allow the situation to make you think that these people are more important than what they really are. But that was my best friend, but that was this and that's that. Okay, it's my daddy, folks. It's my family. It's this. It be people that's closest to you. Okay, so what? It's life. It happens. And that's not saying that. I'm not saying that to downplay the situation. I'm saying that because I need you to recognize who you are. In this season where it's going to just be you, yourself, and God, you, yourself, me, I, God, whatever, you got to embrace who you are. You got to get confident in you are. This is a time where you are going to have the ability to curate and build a confidence that nobody else has ever seen before. This is the time where you finally get to meet you. You finally get to meet yourself. So I need you to relax about it. Let people feel how they feel. Let them think what they think. Let them see things how they want to see it, because there's always two sides to a story, and the third one, your side, their side, and the truth. What I'm not going to do is act like you don't need companionship. We're humans. Everyone yearns for companionship. But what I tell you that you will not do, I'm telling you not to do it. I'm telling you that you're not about to do this if you're watching this video. Do not engage and indulge in cheap stimuli. Stimuli, dopamine, whatever it is. And I'm talking about the I just want to feel type of people. Like, I don't need you going out every weekend getting drunk. I don't need you getting into this toxic relationship and then clinging on to the next person just so you can feel wanted. I don't need you to build chaos around you just to feel like you got something going on for yourself. That's not what you have to do. This is a time for you to really dig deep and find peace. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. For the first time, you're going to cry. You're going to deal with that feeling of being lonely. Then after a minute, you're going to start loving it. I'm telling you. Like, once you find peace and how to allow it to just be you, that's what it's going to be. I'm not going to get on this video and tell you, like, how to win your friends back or whatever and stuff like that. Because if you got to win somebody back when you know you ain't did nothing to them, you just selling your soul. You selling your soul to them. You doing anything to keep them. You gonna have to bend something. You have to lose a part of yourself that's probably best for you to keep in order for you to gain these friends back. So I'm not about to. If that was what you was expecting from me, I'm not gonna give that to you. Okay. I'm sorry. I gotta talk a little bit stern here because I think a lot of times you don't even know who you are. A lot of times when you lose all your friends, I feel like it's a sign that you are a chosen one. Man, sometimes you just be chosen. Chosen for what? For your calling. Chosen for your journey. You got to let people fall off so you can get to where you got to go. The road to your dreams, to your goals, to your life, optimum, whatever it is, the road is narrow and everybody can't fit up it. So when life allows things to shed and break off, allow it to happen. Don't wallow in it. You're going to be human. You're going to feel sad. You're going to, feel some emotions that you've never felt before. But I want you to understand that this is not the end. That you have not met all the people who will love you yet. You have not even had a glimpse of everyone that will love you. The world didn't start and end with them. It didn't start and end where you was at. It didn't start and end with this situation. So this is not the end of you. The only thing that remains the same from everything that you've been through is the fact that you are still here at the end of it. So I need you to grasp into the idea that, hey, I may not understand it right now, but later it will make sense. Because a lot of times you're going to look back on this and be like, dang, I'm so happy I didn't get what I thought I wanted. I'm so happy I'm not their friends anymore. I'm so happy that they decided to leave me where they was at. I'm so happy I came around and I opened myself up for love and I met people who embraced me for who I truly am. If you have lost your friends and you don't know what to do, you're sad, the first thing I would say is reflect. See what lessons you've learned. Think about the whole friendship if you have to. But this is not the time for you to suppress your feelings and be like, oh, I don't care, it really don't matter, nobody's ever there for me. Like, this is not a time for you to use it to reaffirm your negative thoughts of yourself. This is a time for you to embrace new beginnings. This is a time for you to allow your old life to shed. This is a time for you to allow yourself to be open to the newness of what's to come, even though you're embracing the unknown. Okay. So you're going to reflect and ask yourself, what happened? Did you do anything wrong? If you did do something wrong, how did you try to learn from it, grow from it, whatever? If you didn't do anything wrong and you're firm on that and you know, like, within your moral compass or whatnot, it's like, oh, okay, well, I did my best, and you bow your head at it. After you do that, I need you to always remember, you didn't lose a friend. You did not lose a friend, because if that was a friend, it would have been a relationship worth fighting for. I wouldn't even be surprised if these people came back 5, 6 years later, 2 years later, 3 years later, apologizing, because a lot of times it happens like that. And while I am aware that you need companionship, but do not indulge in cheap stimuli and quick dopamine hits. Don't lose yourself. Stay grounded. Keep God first. And that's really all you can do in this situation. You may not understand now, but you will later. Have a nice day, sis. And always remember, I love you. And you got this. This is crazy, y'all. So I made this video because I want to talk about... Oh, I gotta turn it on. It's kind of hot out here. Texas heat. So I made this video because I wanted to talk about, you have no friends, but you do. But I just looked in my notes, and I also, in 2018, I wanted to do a video with the girl with no friends. So this is to you, the young lady, young man, whoever's watching this, with no friends.